Quick steps to help my child with ADHD and autism if they are being bullied. Hey there, I'm Charlotte with Colorful Teaching for Youth. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, there are a variety of reasons as to why your child with ADHD and autism might be bullied. I would love for you to go to the link in the description where it says full episode and actually check out the introduction, because I outline about 4 different reasons. And it's really important that you actually take a look at this, because when our children are being bullied, it's important for us to know why they're being bullied before we go on to the following steps that I'm going to outline today. When we know why, the big why, then it helps us sort through strategically how to help our children. So really look at that and pinpoint why your child's being bullied before you continue on with the rest of this video, okay? It's important for us to be able to understand whether our children are being bullied or not, so that we can help them stand up for themselves. We can also find ways to educate them and other people involved as well. And it's also really important to understand that when your child is being bullied, they are not at fault. Now, I know you know what I'm talking about, but you may not remember to tell your kids that, and that's why I want to point that out, so that your children don't feel like there's something wrong with them. More often than not, that's what they're feeling. I know this firsthand, because even though I don't have ADHD and autism, I do have experience being bullied when I was younger and I first moved to this country. So I really, really encourage you to remind your children that they are not at fault, and they are not the ones that are, harming others. At least in this context. I don't know what the entire context is. I don't know if they're harming other kids in general, but in this specific circumstance, they are not at fault, okay? Now, we're going to look at the steps so that you can help your kids right away. Number 1 is stay calm. Sounds simple, but in that moment when your child is being bullied, I know it's really hard to keep an open and clear mind. So I really want you to be calm first. Let your children vent, scream, cry, whatever it is they need to do. Let them let out every single thing that's on their mind, their emotions, all of it, right? Do not judge it. Do not interrupt them. Do not even take any notes on it. Just let them talk and get it all out, because for the most part, when they're talking, they're going to start feeling overwhelmed, and it's all going to come out as a little bit of a jumbled mess. So let them get it all out. Then when they're done and they're calmer, we're going to move on to step number 2, where you now ask them specific questions or let them tell their story, and you document everything. So either manually, you're going to write it out, type it out, or just hold your phone and record their voice saying, reiterating their story. Okay? Make sure you have every single detail. So I've actually, if you go to the link in the description where it says full episode, check out step number 2, because I actually outline different things that you should make a point of. For example, you want to look at injuries, you want to talk about dates and events of certain occurrences, and so forth. So please go take a look at that so you know what to document, and maybe even write those points down so that you make sure you cover your bases there. Okay? I also want you to look for other evidence that might be out there. So are there any other written documentations that you can use, or pictures that you can use for your evidence? Also look at if there's any other witnesses that can help you in this event. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3 is take action. So here I want you to actually go to the teacher and make sure you have a meeting with the teacher, and let them know what's on your mind, and show them all the evidence. If they're not providing you with the help that you need, then of course go to the principal or learning resources department and so forth, and get that support. Show them all the evidence that you have. Let them know your version of the story that your child has told you, and then be open-minded to listening to what they have to say, because a lot of times I've noticed, especially for younger children, they'll tell you part of the story or their story, but it's not always the entire story. So you either need to let the person, the teacher, the principal, whoever you're talking to, find out the rest of the story, or listen to what they have to say, because they probably have more to this than what you're being told in that moment. So listen to what they have to say, and then you also want to ask them what their anti-bullying policy is and how they're going to support your child going forward, and also if they're going to provide any help for other children who are so they know about the fact that this is happening and how can we stop this. Okay, now the fourth step here is also practice social strategies. So you also want to practice alongside your children, show them what it's like to interact with people in different social situations, and if they're being bullied, what can they do or say. So how can they say stop? How can they walk away? Who can they ask for support from? And if you're looking for help with specific social circumstances, or to teach your children about this through social stories, then check out the link in the description where it says full episode, and go to step number 4, practice social stories. I actually have a playlist that's free to see on YouTube, so where it's all about different social stories. You choose the one you like and you can teach your children. Actually, I will be doing the teaching, so you can just put it all up and they can watch the social story being read to them, and then you're going to practice this with them after. Okay, if you want additional activity packs or slides to be able to help you with this, then I also have them listed under full episodes under step number 4. And if you want to keep going with this, join the I Am Awesome Club, which is also under step number 4. All right. If you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. Let's recap really quickly what we've talked about. Actually, before we recap, I want to talk about step number 4, practice social stories. Once you've actually taught your children how to respond in different circumstances, I want you to start setting them up with play dates, for one-on-one play dates, so that they learn how to interact with other kids that they are close to first, and then expand their social circle, so that they feel more capable and they start to trust in themselves again. Okay, now let's recap. We've looked at different ways that we know if our child with ADHD and autism is being bullied. And then we've looked at 4 ways to help our children if they are being bullied. And the first step is to stay calm. The second step is to document properly. The third step is to take action. And the fourth step is to practice social strategies. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. In the meantime, remember to create, experience, and teach from the heart. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again, same place, same time next week. Take care, my friends. Bye.